Okay, so now we're working on signature 1 of our 8x8 mini album, and I'm going to tell you the papers that you'll need to cut for this signature on the front. You'll need base papers cut at 8 by 7.5, and you'll need 2 of those. You'll also need a base paper cut at 7 3/4 by 4. And then for cover papers, that'll go over that, for your pattern, you need 1 cut at 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then you'll need 4 cut at 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. And that's in pattern paper. So go ahead and get those cut out, and let's start putting these on. So one of your 8.5 or 8 by 7.5, grab one of those. And on the 8-inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to show you. It's really easy. So this is the 8-inch by 7.5 by 8 inches. Okay, on 8-inch side, score it so that the paper will end up being 7.5 by 7.5. Okay. Now you'll need some ATG tape or double-sided tape, whatever you're using, and fold this over. And on the underside, so right here, just move this out the way for a second. Right here is where you put the tape, because that's going to fit underneath in the side pocket. It's going to slide right under there. Okay, so we're going to apply that double-sided tape, put it on our book inside the slot there. Even it out, not to go past the score mark. And fold it over. Super easy. So now you have a flap. Okay, take that other one and do the same thing. Score it 1/2 inch on the 8-inch side. And this time, we're putting the tape on the outside. So after you score it here, fold it over. And pull it back up, and then put some tape on it. Okay, and this is going to go at the bottom. Just line it up the best you can to the bottom of the page. All right. See how easy that is? Now you have 2 flaps, like so. Okay, so now you want to take the pattern paper that is the biggest, the 7 3/4 square, whatever pattern paper you pick. Get your ATG tape out and add the paper. You want to try to cover up the edges at the top. This will leave a nice little border. Meet it at the edges of the top, and then, of course, that paper down there at the bottom that you applied. Easy peasy. Now take your other base sheet that was 7 3/4 by 4, and then we're going to add this to the bottom. It's going to create a pocket. We're just going to add tape to 3 sides, just the bottom, the left, and the right. If you want, you can use hot glue for this. Okay, just remove your tape. And add it to the bottom base of your paper. With this side up, obviously, so you can put slide of paper in there. Okay. Add your cover cardstock. That's the 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. love this part of this paper. It's really cute. And that's going to go right center there. That way you can stick your tags and whatnot in there. Now you want to go ahead and add your pattern paper. So the only thing left are these 4 sheets of pattern paper that are cut at 7 1/4 square. And like I said, you'll need 4 of them. Okay, ATG, don't be messing up now. Okay, I like this pattern, so I'm going to put this on the front. And remember, this is a border around the pattern paper, so be sure when you're laying it down, you're creating a nice little border. I love that. It's like, looks like a pocket, but it's not. So go ahead and layer that. This is the next sheet that I'm using, so if you're following along with me with this pattern paper from Heidi Swap, I got this 12 by 12 pad from Tuesday Morning for $6.99. Okay, I'm just going to put that there. The next sheet I'm using is the star sheet. And that's going to go on this flap on the outside. All that has words in there. Make sure it's directionally correct. Okay, and then this last sheet, this pattern. And I ran out of tape. Okay, since this is the last one, I'm going to go ahead and quick use some double-sided adhesive for this part. And then I'll reload my ATG gun. Ah, that's what happens. All right. And the last one. Just layer that. Woo! Center here. Boom and boom. How easy stinking was that? We're going to go back at the end. You guys know I like to go back to the end and add pockets and you know, little things to stick in there. So let's just get the paper laid first, and we'll come back to that. So let's go to the back of our signature. Okay, now let's work on the back of signature 1. So we'll need our base papers cut at 7 3/4 by 6 and 8 1/2 by 6 1/4. And we need pattern paper cut at 7 1/2 by 5 3/4, 7 3/4 by 3 1/2, and then 3 sheets cut at 4 by 6. Okay, super easy. So we're going to take our first sheet, the one that's 7 3/4 by 3 1/2. This is the back base. It's going to line up right here. Okay, and that's the pattern paper that I'm using. Just adding some ATG tape to the back. And then put this, line that up center there from the top. Okay, then you'll need the sheet, the pattern paper, not the pattern paper, but the base sheet, cut at 7 3/4 by 6. That's going to go right here, like so. That's going to be a pocket. So we want to use ATG tape, or not ATG tape. You want to use double-sided tape on 3 sides. Or score tape, what have you. Okay. Take this tape off. Alright. And then with the part with no tape on it, that heads the top of the part of the book, and just try to line it up with that pattern paper that you just laid down, not to go past the crease down here. So just line that up with that top sheet. Got some loose tape over here. Okay, now you want to grab your pattern paper, the one that's 7.5 by 5 3/4, and that's going to cover up that base paper. Okay. Right, she's going to go right there. Really cute. I love it. Love it. Nice pocket here for some journaling spots. Now we're going to take that base sheet that's 8.5 by 6 1/4. Let me get our scoreboard out. On the 8.5 inch side, we want to score at 4 1/4. Okay, and then we want to fold that in half. We want to corner around the edges. I'm using the 1/2 inch side and my corner chomper, and I'm going to corner around all of these edges. Okay. Then you want to take your 4 by 6 sheets. There should be 3 of them, and you want to corner around your edges on there as well. So you only need to corner around the bottom. So decide, which side you want to be the bottom and top. So you just need to corner around the bottom for the first one, and then obviously the top for that one, and then the bottom for that one. Unless, of course, your paper isn't directional, then I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, then you just want to lay these on. Okay. And did I say here? It's too much. Too much, too much, too much. Alright. You add your ATG tape. I'm going to add this one to the front here. And then I'm going to add these two. This one to the inside at the bottom, and this one to the inside of the top. Remembering to leave a border. Now this back piece, we're not going to add anything to besides tape or hot glue. Alright, and one more. And that's going to go right center there. So then you have your flap out, like so, and then you'll have pockets that go inside there. And then of course you're done with the first signature minus the journaling spots. Alright, let's finish up there and then come back tomorrow to start signature 2. Okay, real quick guys, this paper was so thick it did not stay closed, and I do not like that. So I'm just going to add a quick magnet to that. So I was able to quickly pull that paper back up. I added a little bit of double-sided tape to the edge. Okay, grab my magnet there, make sure it's hidden under there really well, and then apply my paper back. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is add my second magnet, just lay it on top of where the other magnet is. That way you know where to put your double-sided tape on the opposite side. So I'm going to apply this tape here. You can see. And peel it back. Or peel it off if I can get to it. It's stuck there real good. There we go. Then it's there. I'm going to apply my magnet on top of there. And then I'm going to add some ATG tape to the center to make sure that stays. Secure that. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, my paper is just too thick and I just did not like that. So, there we go. Now we can move on to signature 2.